What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchet REACT, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we're back with another American reaction. So excited about this video. If you're new to us
And we're new to you,
make sure you scroll down,
hit that subscribe button,
and turn on the post notification bell
because we're on the road to 200K.
And we cannot get there without you guys, alright? Join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
Hello, fellow travelers. Today, I'm going to tell you about a country that I didn't like. Officially, it is named the Netherlands, but my experience was specifically in the Holland region, in the city of Amsterdam. The country of Holland is full of attractive people. Many people would like to move there to find love, because the Dutch are very good-looking people. People claim that there are jobs there, and that it's a very special country. I found out about this country online. When I arrived in this country with my son, the very first day was snowy. I stayed at Schiphol Airport for the first night because we landed late and security personnel mistreated us and were racist towards us.
Oh, wow.
Most people spoke Dutch, which is a very hard language to learn. Some people also spoke English as a secondary language, but it was broken English, therefore it was very hard to communicate with them.
Okay, hold on now. We heard that before. For one, not everybody speak English there, so that conversation is a little foggy. You're not going to get that utmost conversation, so people are most likely want to speak in their language first. But for two, your first landing was a racist experience. That would have been, I would have got right back on that flight.
Me too.
Like, whoa, I'm not supposed to be here. But and I believe we said this in the last video, your first impression is your most important impression towards a person.
Yeah.
And to have her express that, to say that it was a racist encounter is, you know what I'm saying, that's, can only imagine what the rest of her day probably was like.
Right. Listen, I've had these encounters before, and it just makes you
on edge almost?
Yeah, and just being new to a country, that's your first impression of the country, you know.
Yeah.
But I've heard that a lot about in airports, you know. But, you know, that reminds me of, like, in the DMV, where the people are generally known to have snobbish attitudes.
That's a good way to put it.
And not wanting to help you. So it can hold you back, but I don't know. You gotta go out. At least test the water a little bit. Now, if you're still getting racist encounters, book that flight back.
Yeah, ASAP.
I struggled, as the airport was the first encounter I ever had with the Dutch. The next day, I went to my hotel, which, by the way, was very expensive. I did not find any cheap hotels to stay at within the city of Amsterdam.
Okay.
I spent too much money. After staying 2 months in Amsterdam, I suffered so much. I wanted to leave, and I ended up completely broke. It was freezing there. There was too much snow and many bicycles everywhere, because the Dutch culture involves riding a bike everywhere,
as they know,
since the country is little. The Netherlands being a car-free country, there are not many cars around. As I said earlier, the Dutch are very attractive people physically, but they are very cold, and they will not socialize with you. They will never talk to you out of the blue. Instead, they just show you a fake smile. The fact that they constantly said, "Hello, hello," annoyed me so much, and I didn't like it at all.
Wait a minute.
That's how they communicate.
That sound like what a lot of people say about us in America, like the fake smiling and the weird approaches where you're smiling the whole conversation, and they're used to that.
Mm-hmm.
That's new to me. I didn't know you guys actually smiled, said hello, and kept walking.
I don't know. I thought the Netherlands was cool.
That's the impression we've been getting.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's some things that... Oh, wait, I used to go back and forth with the Netherlands people, huh? But overall, I think they're cool.
Yeah.
But it's our experience.
Because they are commuting through the city using bicycles. There are also railways for cable cars on the streets, with the buses and cars and bikes. All of them using the same roads. I found it quite unorganized. It is a very small city, beautiful and old-fashioned, but it is full of canals and rivers, which I didn't like. I suffered so much. I became depressed since I spent so much money.
Time out. Did you not? Who traveled somewhere? Now, I gotta make the comment because she's talking about she spent too much money. She's talking about she's depressed. She don't like all the bikes. She don't like all the rivers. Did you not know where you were going? Like, I'm confused. I'm not pulling up to no place I'm not comfortable being.
Nah.
I need to have a hot. What was your interest of wanting to be there in the first place before you had all of these down spiral kind of moves about this location, this country? It's like it don't add up.
I don't know. She said she found it online, and then she went to visit. I think she said earlier with her son, huh?
Yeah, I believe with her son.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if this is satire or not, but I mean, we've heard some of it before, but it's just everything is a negative experience. You couldn't find one thing that was cool.
Don't get me wrong. She's hitting everything in the ballpark when it comes to the facts of the water, the bikes, the expenses. But if you knew this what it was going to look like, why make the trip and then be unhappy about the experiences that you knew was going to be there when you got there?
I don't know. That's why I don't know if it's satire.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I found a job to sustain myself, and I've been ripped off by 2 Dutch employment agencies. Because they demand you meet so many requirements to work, and it's a very closed country, you can't work or have access to basic services as a foreigner. If you are an American, I guess the same principles applies to any non-European foreigner. You have 0 possibilities of working in the Netherlands.
Yo.
Really?
I lived in Amsterdam, and after doing so for a time, there is nothing left for us. Let's also not forget that the Dutch are stingy and greedy. In most cases, they will not give you a handout if you're in need. Some people point out the greatness of the welfare that citizens of the European Union can benefit from, but that was not so great, because I've met many people from Europe who still had nothing while there, as they spent all their money in that country, and especially in the city of Amsterdam. They read on the internet that it is supposed to be the best country, and that there are plenty of opportunities. But it's not true. Forget about going there if you don't have any money, because if you're unlucky and end up homeless, you can't even exist there. The police will arrest you and fine you if they see you sleeping on the streets. I met a girl from Germany, and she had a tough life in the Netherlands. She had trouble saving up money working at bars and hotels. Even with 2 jobs, she was not able to save enough money to survive. It is very hard because the system is...
seriously. I still... The tone to me kind of sound like I'm trying to decide whether or not this is a true experience or if it's just everybody's bad experience in one video. But I thought...
Everybody? That's crazy.
I don't know. I thought the Netherlands had programs for the homeless. So you get jailed if you're homeless?
Y'all can comment on that one. Y'all can definitely bring us up to speed. 2 jobs and still can't make a living?
Whoa. Okay.
Made to benefit older people. Older people's wages are way higher than young people's. It's a system where the older you get, the more you get paid. The most important thing you need to know before moving to the Netherlands is to bring a lot of money with you, because you are going to spend a lot on hotels and going out. This is especially true in Amsterdam, which is a very small city. You could literally walk across the city in 1.5 hours. Also, consider in winter it is very cold, very windy, very snowy, and in Amsterdam, there are not many places to sit. There aren't big shopping centers to go shopping. The only places to go are McDonald's and Burger King, which are places most people gather and drink. In reality, this country isn't that great. There are too many drugs. On the weekends, teenagers get high, get drunk, and there's also a lot of legal and illegal prostitution. To be honest, I didn't find it was the best country in the world, as the internet claims.
That's the end. Whoa, she closed it like that?
Oh, so that was her real experience.
Yo. Okay, and let's give the mic to Sierra.
Let's give the mic to Dani.
So I feel that, when people have these experiences, oftentimes it shouldn't be blind moments. Like, you shouldn't walk in this blindly. Like we said earlier, you should do your research. You should know where you're going. And if these things fit your characteristics, your personality, and you love the scenery, going there and then complaining about it won't make this no better. You know what I'm saying?
She stayed too long.
See, she stayed too overstaying. You're welcome, but she was wanting to move there.
She did, but I mean, okay, first in the airport. First of all, you gotta, just because somebody on the internet is saying, "Oh, this place is nice, come here," do your own research.
Nah, absolutely. Yeah.
You know what would be comfortable to you. You know what would be acceptable to you.
Right.
What's fun and happy to someone else isn't gonna be the same for you. You know, and you have to think about your own situation. Like, she went there with a child. You know, you got to think about what your child would be comfortable and okay with. Different cultures, different, you know, environments.
I wouldn't have pulled up there without knowing the hotel stays.
Right.
The expenses, at least, like, she said, they're always expensive.
Right. That's why I don't just watch positive vlogs about a place. I watch negative vlogs too. I want to know different perspectives, because what's negative to them might not be negative to me.
It may save your life.
Right.
I'm not finna do none of that if that's what it's looking like. And I'm not saying specifically in the Netherlands. I'm just saying in general, anywhere. If someone negative experience is gonna help me understand what I can and cannot do, then because doing everything don't mean that someone else is able to do everything.
Right.
So
I really thought it was going to be a joke at the end, but she said, "Thanks for watching."
Okay. That's what it is.
All right, y'all. I think this is our first time really having a negative video.
100% so.
And it's not really negative because it could save so many people.
Yeah.
But the Netherlands has always been advertised as good, and, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know, y'all.
She pointed out things that people don't usually think about. Like, she said there's no world places like you can really sit down at. And then you look around, people are usually underneath a tree. They're sitting on the edge of a riverbank. Like, they don't got much chairs, you know, much benches and stuff like that. Yeah. Unless you're in a park. Then that makes sense, but then that's probably filled. Okay.
I don't know, but I mean, when she started talking about the water, the Dutch is known for...
Exactly.
Water. All right, y'all. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts.
Talk to us.
We hope you guys enjoyed this video with us. Be sure to subscribe. We'll see you soon.
Peace.